Live from Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador. Only 8 teams remain in the 2018 Scotiabank Concacaf League, and the first game in this quarterfinal is going to feature FAS of El Salvador and Arabe Unido of Panama. Tyler Terrence on hand. Glad to have you with us for what should be a fantastic first leg. We'll take a look at the pitch conditions for tonight. 74 degrees, slight chance of rain, and a little bit of a gust coming in between these two sides. Arabe Unido and FAS to advance to the quarterfinals. Arabe Unido, pretty easy in terms of how they were able to fare in the round of 16. They blew past Arnett Gardens by a score of 4-2 on aggregate, as we'll take a look at the road to the final. And for FAS, well, it was a little bit more dramatic. Perez Zeledon of Costa Rica certainly proved to be a formidable foe, but FAS sneaking through to the quarterfinal in the final 8 of this side by way of an own goal in stoppage time from Perez Zeledon. Keylor Soto got an accidental touch to it, ended up sneaking in the back of the net, and it would be FAS advancing. A lot of teams did not peg them to get out of the round of 16, but here they are at home at Estadio Cuscatlán, at least in their own country, with an opportunity to have a very good advantage going into the second leg against Arabe Unido back in Panama in a week's time, as the teams, it looks like, are getting ready to come out onto the field here. Arabe Unido more than convincing in their efforts against the Jamaican side, Arnett Gardens. Hormachea opened up the scoring for Arabe Unido in the first leg with 2 goals. This center back, and actually opened up the scoring for the tournament in general, having the first goal of the 2018 Scotiabank CONCACAF League in its second year. And then they would roll on into the quarterfinals. They lost the second leg by a score of 2-1, but it was really never in doubt whether Carlos Ruiz's side was going to move on to the next round. And both of these teams stumbling a little bit in their domestic leagues. In the Liga de Panamena, Arabe Unido 1-2-1 right now in 5th place on 5 points. And meanwhile for FAS in the Primera Division, they're 1-3-1 on 6 points in 6th place. Obviously very early on in the apertura stages for both clubs, but obviously putting a lot of emphasis on this Scotiabank CONCACAF League. And at the moment, they haven't been able to put together the results at the beginning of their seasons, but they are certainly faring well in this International Cup and are looking to make some noise. Arabe Unido was able to move on relatively far in this tournament last year, losing to Chorrillo. As the fans here getting set for what should be an excellent 90 minutes. Estadio Cuscatlán provides a great atmosphere. Fans always enjoy themselves here. And it's very much going to be a pro-FAS crowd. FAS based in San Salvador, or based in Santa Ana, excuse me, about an hour and 20-minute drive to San Salvador, but a number of fans have made the trip and are excited for their opportunity to take on a Panamanian side who a lot of people around CONCACAF might expect to get to a semifinal or perhaps beyond. Arabe Unido, 13 titles in Panama for FAS. 17-time champions, both sides the most successful in their country's history. And they're making their way on out to the field. It's FAS of El Salvador and Arabe Unido of Panama. We'll take a look at the starting 11, beginning with Alvaro Gomez and FAS, the home side. Coloca is going to be in goal. Xavier Garcia at the outside back position. Renderos will be the captain. And running the show in the middle of that defense, Irvin Herrera, who has spent some time over in the United States. He's going to be one of the main mans up top. Ibsen Castro, another very good option. Julio Amaya, Dustin Carreas, and a very similar lineup that they went with in the second leg against Perez Zeledon, where they were able to eke out an own goal in stoppage time, which would allow them to advance to the quarterfinals as the captains are meeting. In the middle with our refereeing crew, Renderos and Blas Perez, the two captains. Perez signed on July 26th, his second stint with Arabe Unido. Panamanian legend, over 100 caps for his country, as well as over 40 goals. As here's a look at our refereeing crew. Kimball Ward, the main man in charge. Mario Perry and Graham Brown down on the flanks. And Trisley Basu will be our fourth official for tonight's match. This is the first match of the Scotiabank Concacaf League quarterfinals. And here's a look at how Carlos Ruiz side is going to line up. Miguel Lloyd in goal. Jose Garibaldi will be one of the outside backs of choice. We mentioned Blas Perez, a wily veteran who's pushing 40 years of age, looking to bring home a massive trophy for Arabe Unido. Jose Gonzalez, very active up top. Roberto Chen, another Panamanian international. Mauricio Castaño is very solid. Faber Hill, Abdiel Masaya, and Chin Hormachea. He was the hero in the first leg against Arnett Gardens with 2 goals, both coming off of headers. As it appears that Kimball Warren is ready. There's a look at the substitutes who are available for FAS, and we'll take a look at who's available for both sides with Carlos Ruiz and Alvaro Gomez. Jonathan Mascara, he will have an opportunity to contribute, but perhaps off of the bench. Luis Cañate, he did get a start in the round of 16. And for FAS, number of very solid options coming off of the bench as well. This FAS side just happy to be here in the quarterfinals. Literally took until the last moment against Perez Zeledon to get here for Arabe Unido. They cruised through the round of 16, looking to take it a step further than they did a year ago, losing to Santos de Guapiles in the semifinals. Kenny Cunningham providing the game-winning goal in the 86th minute. Very much unfinished business for Arabe Unido on Carlos Ruiz's side. As it appears that our referee, Kimball Ward, is ready. We hope you are as well. Just 8 teams remain in this tournament. In 2 weeks' time, we'll cut it in half again, down to 4 teams into a semifinal. And we're off and running in the 2018 Scotiabank Concacaf League quarterfinals. FAS of El Salvador in their red and blue kits, Arabe Unido of Panama in their all white. And we are broadcasting live from Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador. It's a poor clearance from FAS, but handled well by Jorge Moran, 28-year-old, who's in his 7th season with FAS. Arabe Unido, from the looks of it, in a 4-4-2 as that header is won at the back and collected by Miguel Lloyd, who really wasn't challenged in the first leg at home at Estadio Ramel Fernandez, but ended up receiving the loss in the second leg against the Jamaican outfit, Arnett Gardens. FAS with plenty of pressure. It'll be a throw-in for FAS as the crowd here very much into it in the early stages. Luis Pereira couldn't hang on to it. Faber Hill and Blas Perez up top for Arabe Unido. Mentioned before, struggling right now in Liga de Panamania. Most recent games, a 1-0 loss at Universitario. And a 2-2 draw against Santa Gema, where Gil and Kenyatte scored 2 first-half goals, but they ended up conceding 2 second-half goals to Katoy. As Universitario are also featured in the quarterfinals of this tournament. The Panamanian foes, Arabe Unido, as the foul is called against Jose Garibaldi, the 21-year-old from Cologne. You can see they're just a little bit over-aggressive with Dustin Correa, 26-year-old who was actually born in Los Angeles, California in the United States, and ended up moving to Oregon, played high school soccer in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, nicknamed the Ghost, number 11 for FAS. Both of these sides managed by 2 Colombians. Carlos Ruiz in his first season with Arabe Unido, and Navarro Gomez also in his first season. FAS looking to build from the back. Renderos spraying it towards the corner. Ibsen Castro couldn't quite get there. But the crowd here at Estadio Cuscatlán appreciating the effort, as FAS seemed to be in control in the first 3.5 minutes or so. FAS qualifying for the Concacaf League as a semi-finalist with the best aggregate. They actually were ousted from their domestic league tournament in the semi-finals by Alianza. But a bizarre finish to that tournament is it does not go to penalties in the semi-finals. It's the higher seed from the regular season, whether it be the Apertura stage or the Clausura stage, that ends up moving on if it is tied after 2 legs. Certainly an interesting way to decide it. You won't see that in many places in the world. As this ball sent forward, handled well, FAS on the move. Almar chips it forward, and Miguel Loy can just see that out of play. A good movement again from FAS, and again, the crowd feeling their home side early on. FAS win it back in a dangerous area. Here's Correa. Challenge, shot just wide. Good pressure again from the El Salvadoran side. You can see it was just given away right in the middle of the park. Correa had a beat on it. It was a good tackle from Hormachea. And it falls really nicely for FAS, and the shot just scuffed wide. This FAS side certainly playing with house money after their dramatic win. Garcia. The captain Renderos. Given away in the middle of the park, Leslie Heraldez. Garibaldi. And gives it right back to FAS in the form of Ibsen Castro. Castro sporting number 20 for FAS. Started in both games in the round of 16 against Perez Zeledon. Good sliding challenge at the back. FAS able to keep it. Oh, it's really clean football to get out of pressure. The Salvadoran side really riding the energy and the atmosphere here at Estadio Cuscatlán. Need to be careful though. This Arabe Unido side does boast a lot of offensive firepower, especially when given the time and space. Just ask Arnett Gardens, who are currently watching from home back in Jamaica. Garcia. Faber Hill, great little move. Hill still with it. Touches along for Pereira. And it's broken up right at the last by Stradea. Now it's Stradea leading the charge. Jorge Moran. Lofted towards the back post. Dustin Correa. Out to defend is Garibaldi. The Ghost trying to bend it in, but Miguel Lloyd just sees it out of play. And a thumbs up of approval. Irvin Herrera still trying to find his place in all of this. 26-year-old from San Julian. As you can see, Arabe Unido very comfortable to just let FAS possess. They are the away side. Garibaldi, good defending, gives it away right to Correa. Able to elude Gonzalez, but couldn't quite find his teammate. Now it's Arabe Unido trying to break out the other way. And Perez took about 15 steps forward before told by the head referee that he needs to retrace his steps. A veteran just trying to pull a veteran move. Perez, who was signed on July 26th in what many believe to be the last season for the 37-year-old in his footballing career, which has gone all the way back to 2001, at least with the Panamanian national team. Just played 25 minutes against Arnett Gardens, but started in their league match against Santa Gema. 119 caps for Panama, 43 goals. And was, of course, on the roster for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. A little bit more pressure from Arabe Unido now. Garcia supposed to go back to Coloca. Pressure from Pereira and thumped away. Great first touch in the middle of the park. FAS in business here. Sent forward. Ibsen Castro keeping it in play. The home side with all the momentum at the moment. Great ball forward and a good challenge. Arabe Unido come away unscathed yet again, but FAS finding a lot of time and space. Stradea, Herrera, back for Stradea, on the first time, it's off the post. Correa keeps it. FAS still with it, a foul right on the edge of the area, and a free kick coming up for the home side. But what a strike from Stradea as he cracks the woodwork here in the 11th minute. Everyone just trying to catch their breath, including Kimball Ward and the rest of the Arabe Unido defense. Miguel Lloyd organizing at the back, sensing that there could be danger on the horizon. Well, how good of a strike was that from Guillermo Stradea, coming across his body with his instep. Just the fact that he was able to put it on frame in itself is spectacular, and was just micrometers away from giving FAS a 1-0 lead, which they very much deserve at this point. It's Moran standing over the ball. And the strike over the bar. And you can see Gino Machea just trying to settle everybody down at the back. Julio Amaya, 23-year-old from Hapa, couldn't quite find the target in his 4th season with FAS. Good composure from Abdiel Masaya. Blas Perez looking for Faber Hill. He takes it on the first time. Wasn't a bad idea at all, and that's really the first sign of life that we've seen from Arabe Unido going forward. Faber Hill, a very good compliment to Blas Perez up top. Just 23 years old. Able to do some of the legwork that the 37-year-old Perez might have been able to do, let's call it somewhere between 7 and 8 years ago, but those years most certainly behind him. Kimball Ward blowing his whistle, a foul in favor of Arabe Unido. For Machea. And taking a shot was Irvin Herrera. Right to the midsection. He appears to be all right. Actually the leading goal scorer in the history of St. Louis FC in the United Soccer League, that's 2nd division in the United States, as again Arabe Unido give it away in a dangerous area. But good tracking back in the middle of the park. Although they cough it right back up, and FAS with another deep throw-in. Garibaldi responsible this time for the unnecessary turnover in the middle third of the field. Flores. Almar. Amaya. Just trying to help it along before the pressure came. The crowd here at Estadio Cuscatlán more and more impatient with the possession that Arabe Unido has been having over the past 30 seconds or so. Faber Hill, good ball across. Perez was there. A diving header to get him out of further danger. Still loose. And Stradea gets it forward. Held up by Irvin Herrera. And a handball on Herrera as Kimball Ward points in direction in favor of Unido. It's been better from Unido over the past 5 minutes or so. First 10 minutes completely belonged to FAS. And now the Panamanians starting to settle in. Certainly is a good sign for Carlos Ruiz's side if they can absorb the 2 biggest blows or so and be able to come out on the other end unscathed, then they might be able to get themselves an away goal, which have already proved to be oh so crucial in this tournament, as they always are in these double-legged formats. The Ghost. Perez comes away with it. Faber Hill trying to be played in behind. Good challenge from Javier Garcia. Garibaldi looking for an option. It'll be a long throw-in. Perez gets a touch to it. Helped along. Long-range effort. Might have taken deflection, but it'll be a goal kick in the end for FAS. Abdiel Masaya couldn't quite challenge Matias Coloca the way that he wanted to. 32-year-old keeper from Argentina. FAS without one of their main men up top, Victor Montaño, who was injured in the 22nd minute against Perez Zeledon. Good win from FAS. They keep it in the area. It's sent across and not too far behind the play. It was Dustin Correa. And Aymar has been very active early on. And a challenge from Stradea and to keep it in play. Superb football. And the foul is called against Ibsen Castro. Just jumping over the back of Faber Hill. Nearly 20 minutes gone by here in San Salvador. Very lively start to this first leg of the quarterfinals. Luis Pereira, 22-year-old who has spent some time over in the United States with Toronto FC2, the MLS reserve side. Toronto FC, of course, finalist in the most recent edition of Concacaf Champions League. Pereira, the header sent in, Coloca got a touch to it, and I believe the offside flag was up. And again, it was Masaya getting involved. Well, Perez looked to be about a half step offside. Garcia. Renderos. Poor touch out wide. So look at Carlos Ruiz. His recent stops with Molinos and Viejos. The Colombian manager took over for Sergio Guzman. And there is a really cheery looking Alvaro Gomez. Leo Maya. Flores fouled from behind. FAS restart quickly. Stradea, he's been excellent thus far. Turning out of trouble is Juan Aymar. Good little ball forward. A long range effort. Oh, it just skips wide. Julio Maya was not far off, and FAS really fancying their chances from distance. They've already hit the post once, and this one was not far off. Oh, the technique is brilliant. Able to get his body over the ball, didn't put too much on it. Didn't quite get the accuracy down. Hill. Heavy touch from Renderos, trying to keep it from being a corner. He's able to do so. And again, it'll be a long throw-in coming from Garibaldi. Perez is very much the option on these long throw-ins. Benito looking to steal one, perhaps from a long throw-in or set piece. Falls to Masaya again. Back for Garibaldi. Good first-time delivery. It's an excellent ball. Plenty of contact in the box. No call from Kimball Ward. And it's cleared away. Irvin Herrera, I should say, does excellent to hold it up. And the ball bent into the path of Dustin Correa. Correa on the move. Sends it back. Good fall for Herrera. And the trailing runner, Juan Aymar, just a little bit late to the party. Now space to play for Arabe Unido. Great little move on the outside. The nutmeg, unable to be retrieved. And how about the pace here at Estadio Cuscatlán? Absolutely electric. We've yet to see a goal, but we have seen some scintillating stuff as Faber Hill fouls Ibsen Castro. He's got his palms up in the air like he's innocent, but Faber Hill, anything but, according to Kimball Ward, the referee from St. Kitts and Nevis. Renderos. Garcia. Correa stumbles, able to win it back and able to keep it for FAS. That's well done. Arabe Unido were like sharks swirling around their next meal, trying to take it off of Correa's foot. Aymar, similar work just to keep possession for FAS. Here he is again. And we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Bear with us as we try to resolve the issue. Still 0-0 between FAS and Arabe Unido. Great little back heel. Big switch was intended for Faber Hill. Cut out by Amaya. Masaya. Thought he was called for a foul by Kimball Ward. As the ball is just thumped forward. Correa keeps it in play, but his first touch lets him down. And Miguel Lloyd clears it of any further danger. Now one for Castro. And a free kick won. As it's going to be a corner for FAS. FAS await the corner. It's their first of the evening. Didn't appear like the players who were supposed to be making the runs for the El Salvadoran side were making those runs. It stays with FAS. Ball sent along. Correa. And Garibaldi goes down. Corner played short. Good defending again from Arabe Unido. This time it'll be a throw-in. Perez wins it, and the striker clears it away. Back for defensive responsibilities. Garcia. Amaya. In for Correa. And his ball, not necessarily intended for anybody in particular. He has seen a lot of the ball, Correa. His last stop, FC Edmonton of the North American Soccer League, which is not participating this season. And before that, it was his second, or rather his first stint with FAS in the 2014-15 season, where he made 20 starts and had 5 goals. As Matias Coloca able to handle that cleanly and spark the counterattack the other way. Here is Correa. Castro getting forward. Amaya. FAS on the move yet again. Here's Aymar. Easy save from Miguel Lloyd in the end. Well, every great chance this match so far has come by way of the home side, FAS. Particularly in the first 10 minutes when Stradea struck the post with an authoritative strike. Amaya. Helped along, Ibsen Castro. Garibaldi defending. It's along for Correa. Great challenge from Hormachea. What does Kim Ward say? It'll be a corner. Correa and company are claiming that there should be a handball. Arabe Unido feel like they're hard done, and they thought that the touch came off of Correa, and it should be a goal kick. And we'll find ourselves in between with a corner. We'll take another look. You be the judge. Oh my! That does pretty clearly come off the hand of Hormachea. Obviously extremely difficult to see in real time. We are lucky to be able to see it in super slow motion, but Kimball Ward not offered that luxury. FAS off the corner. Garcia has to chase it down. Flores, good delivery. Accidentally comes off the head of Renderos. Kept in play. Flores again. Almost got over the head of Perez. Renderos was lining up the bicycle kick. It goes out wide. Another ball in towards the back post. The looping header out of play. And a goal kick coming up for Miguel Lloyd. But again, FAS knocking on the door, asking all the right questions. Arabe Unido have supplied the answers defensively, but they might be running out of them. FAS continue to probe and attempt to unlock this Arabe Unido defense. Had a clean sheet in the first leg against Arnett Gardens in the round of 16. And then conceded 2 goals in Jamaica in the second leg, albeit a 4-2 finish on aggregate. As we're past the half-hour mark here at Estadio Cuscatlán. Tyler Terrans on hand. Thank you so much for joining us for this first match of the quarterfinals of the second edition of the Scotiabank Concacaf League. FAS very much on the front foot. Arabe Unido scrambling to defend for most of this half hour. Stradea can't get there. It's a purposeful run out wide. Arabe Unido still with it. Perez, nice little touch along, but broken up by Garcia. Correa. Good work from Garibaldi. Wins it and keeps it in play. Good work rate from Irvin Herrera. Arabe Unido, who have done a lot of chasing throughout this first half thus far, happy to keep the ball and force FAS to do the chasing. One ball sent ahead, intended for Faber Hill. The outside flag is up, and look how quickly Matias Coloca wants to play. Correa, excellent touch, played into space. It's a foot race with Hormachea, and he is just an absolute beast at the back. Obviously great defensively and scored a brace in the first leg against Arnett Gardens. Castro trying to win it from Perez. Good work from the veteran, good hold-up play. And Araldez fouled, much to the dismay of the crowd here at Estadio Cuscatlán. Irvin Herrera has done an excellent job defensively coming back to support his midfielders. As Masaya gives it away. Aymar was fouled, told to play on. And FAS are hoping that the whistle was going to be blown back, but no such luck from head referee Kimball Ward. Garcia. It's about 10 minutes remaining in this first half. One back by Unido. Here's Jose Gonzalez. Rarely heard his name thus far. As Renderos gets a touch to it, a corner kick coming up for Unido. Jose Gonzalez forcing the issue, forcing a challenge out of Flores and company. Coloca in a bit of a shoving match with Faber Hill, as now Araldez getting involved in some similar action. And here comes the corner and in swinger. That's a good ball in, handled by Correa, and another corner kick coming up for Unido, the visitors. Away goals are oh so crucial in this type of format. If the aggregate is tied, the first tiebreaker is away goals. And of course, for tied on away goals, it moves to penalties, but a long way to go until any of that becomes a fruition, as the header just over the bar. Hormachea again in the mix, as I'm sure his name was littered all over the FAS scouting report as to who to keep an eye on when it comes to set pieces. You can understand why. Standing at about 6'3", and a rather physically imposing figure. Amaya. Lost it forward. Kept in play by Ibsen Castro. And just pushed off the ball by Faber Hill, who immediately grabs his hamstring. Kimball Ward was going to play on, and now wants to tend to the injured striker. You can see he has that medical tape along both of his hamstrings, pointing to some sort of previous ailment with the back of his legs, but appears to be all right as he gets up under his own power. Well, the way in which Faber Hill went down, I guess some would say, is a bit dramatic. Here's Gonzalez trying to get there. The header back for Coloca. He read it well. Gonzalez was in the area. Coloca. FAS looking for an avenue. Physical play, Stradea lets it fly again, and Miguel Lloyd again makes the save. Well, Stradea a number of times tonight has not been bashful whatsoever about challenging Miguel Lloyd from distance. He's already struck the post once. I get the feeling that he's just sort of starting to calibrate. Maybe one more clean look on goal and it could wind up in the back of the goal. Masaya fouled from behind. Just a little clip there from Juan Aymar. And again, we are experiencing technical difficulties. We do apologize. Challenge from Masaya and Aymar. Herrera neatly brings it down. Here's Amaya. Hunted down by Perez. No foul call from Kimball Ward. Lofted forward, Faber Hill. A high foot there, most certainly from Ibson Castro, and a dangerous set piece. About to come up here for Arabe Unido. Kimball Ward has seen enough from Ibson Castro. And it will be a yellow card as Castro has shown mustard in the 41st minute. Castro pleading his case to the assistant referee. And that is a very dangerous play from Castro. It wasn't one of those instances where Faber Hill was sticking his head in a place where it shouldn't have been. Just craned his neck a little bit to try to win the ball and touch it forward in a positive manner. You know, a makeshift corner of sorts for Unido, the visitors. Well, if they were to score here, they would certainly steal it, as this has not been their type of first half. A lot of organizing to be done for FAS. Ormache and Garcia getting after it. Ormache is the man to keep an eye on, as is Blas Perez. Ormache taking about 2 defenders with him from the FAS side. And Ormache just gave somebody a slap on the back of the head, as now he's going to get a talking to. And the last thing that Arabe Unido need is their big center back on a yellow card for something stupid off of the ball. Blas Perez, the captain for Unido, discussing it with the referee just for a moment. And the ball completely wasted by Unido. It's not the best effort by any stretch of the imagination for Mauricio Castaño, 25-year-old from Colombia. Spent 4 years with Alianza and 1 year with Tauro before coming over to Unido. Ball sent forward by Aymar. Stradea couldn't quite get there. Good step from Castro. Aymar again. Stradea and Gonzalez collide. Flores. Spraying it to the near wing. Dustin Correa. Castro overlapping. Correa trying to squeeze his way through. Good defending again from Garibaldi. He's been excellent trying to deal with the ghost. Faber-Hill fouled. And a free kick for Unido. A couple minutes remaining in this first half. Best chance of the night so far. Stradea's strike from about 22 yards out that struck the post inside of the first 10 minutes. And what was an electric first 20-25 minutes or so has died down considerably as Arabe Unido have settled in, started to figure out this FAS attack, and FAS have been rather conservative about conceding that away goal, wary of the offensive weapons that Unido possess in their arsenal. We're just going to have 1 minute of stoppage time here at Estadio Cuscatlán. Herrera, and that was Correa. Here's the indication from the fourth official. Castro drawing the double team. Still with it. FAS in possession. Forced to go negative. Good pressure from Unido. Garcia. Just about 10 seconds or so left in the first half and in this first minute of stoppage time. Ball intended for Stradea. Broken up by Castaño. And the whistle blown. Believe it had Perez in the hand, as FAS might have one more opportunity here at the end of the first half. And that's going to do it. Kimball Ward blows his whistle. The first half comes to a close. FAS, the home side, who barely got into the quarterfinals by way of an own goal in stoppage time in the round of 16, look like the side that wants it most and wants to head to the semifinals the most. On the front foot for the majority of the first half, Arabe Unido, who reached the semifinals of this tournament a year ago, on their heels and have a lot of things to sort out in the dressing room. As you can see, Blas Perez and the rest of Arabe Unido not happy whatsoever with their performance. But at the moment, it's 0-0 in the first leg. Arabe Unido have to feel happy about that. FAS on the other side probably feel disappointed that one didn't find the back of the net. One did find the post, and we'll take a look at how the first half went down in just a few moments when we recap the first 45 minutes. At the moment, it's 0-0 in the first leg between FAS of El Salvador and Arabe Unido of Panama. Stay with us. And a quick look at the statistics from the first half. You can see FAS with a slight edge in possession, just by about 5%. And shots on target. Well, Arabe Unido have not challenged Matias Coloca. And as for FAS, you've seen Miguel Lloyd make a couple of saves. Both have been relatively comfortable, but the 7 shots that they've been able to get off have been in some time and space. And of course, one of those hitting the post from Stradea. But really, other than that, not too many whole chances to speak of for FAS, and obviously for Arabe Unido, who have not challenged Coloca just yet. Moving through halftime, 0-0 here at Estadio Cuscatlán. We'll take a look at how the first 45 minutes went down here in San Salvador from Estadio Cuscatlán between FAS of El Salvador and Arabe Unido of Panama in this, the first match of the quarterfinals of the second edition of the Scotiabank Concacaf League. Tyler Terran's on hand, so glad you can join us. And if you're just joining us, well, we'll give you a little cheat code. It's called the first half highlights, just to make sure that you didn't miss anything. And there were no goals to be had in the first half, but there was certainly some action in the early moments as FAS were knocking on the door. However, Arabe Unido did have the answer, and the answer was the post. And Stradea strikes woodwork early on inside the first 10 minutes. And we did mention that we are having some technical difficulties. We're trying to sort through that. And we do apologize for any inconvenience it may be causing, as our crew is doing an outstanding job of trying to bring you the highlights. And just another look at Stradea linking up with Irvin Herrera. And good work from Irvin Herrera just to keep it simple and find Stradea. And the ball, you can see, just sat out really nicely for him right at the last moment so that he could get a clean strike to it. This would be a decent opportunity, albeit offside, for Arabe Unido. And that probably speaks volumes about the type of first half that they had. With what's going to be on their highlight reels, an offside play, that they must have not had anything going for them, as That effort from Amaya was just whiskers off for being an excellent goal and a contender for goal of the tournament thus far, as we've only made it through one round and 45 minutes of one match of the second round. As Amaya making sure that Miguel Lloyd is on his toes. This was a controversial moment, to say the least. Hormachea got a piece of that ball with his hand. He was the first yellow card of the match, and it came in the form of Ibsen Castro. A dangerous play as he just brings that right foot up and almost knocks Faber Hill into Faye Chastity. Still might have caught him, as Kim Ward has refereed a very solid game up until this point. That's going to do it for the first half highlights. And when we come back, folks, you're not going to want to miss it. Second half kickoff and a conclusion to this first leg of the Scotiabank Concacaf League quarterfinals between FAS and Arabe Unido. Don't go anywhere.
to start.
Almost ready for the second half here at Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador, as the teams will flip sides. Referees making sure everything is in order as FAS in their blue and red kits will now be moving from left to right. Arabe Unido in their all white will be moving from right to left. Kimball Ward, our head referee, well, he'll stay right in the middle as both sides looking for a slight advantage to take home. If you're Arabe Unido to Panama, or to take on the road if you're FAS. A goal from Arabe Unido would prove to be extremely crucial, as FAS very aware of what an away goal can do just as far as the aggregate is concerned. They snuck through via away goals in the round of 16 by getting that away goal from, or that own goal, excuse me, from Keylor Soto in stoppage time. FAS very much deserve a goal at this point, but it's not about what's deserved, it's about what comes to fruition, and right now it's simply 0-0. And Kimball Ward appears to be ready. We hope you are as well. Second half officially underway from Estadio Cuscatlán. Tyler Terran's on hand. Thank you so much for joining us. As Arabe Unido, I'm sure, had a number of things to discuss in the dressing room at halftime, as Carlos Ruiz was not a happy man throughout the duration of the 45 minutes. Meanwhile, for FAS, you're doing all the right things, but you simply can't find the back of the net. You still need to be very careful of what lies ahead in terms of the attacking capability of Arabe Unido. Here's Dustin Correa. Around the first defender. Aymar gets it out wide for Irvin Herrera. Herrera bends it in. It's a good ball, and it forces a big challenge from Roberto Chen. Panamanian international, more than 20 caps. And you can see how good of a ball this was from Irvin Herrera. If not for that challenge, it would have been a certain goal from Juan Aymar. And now a corner kick, the first of the second half for FAS. They'll go short. Aymar bends it in, keeps it low. The touch tipped away at the near post from Miguel Lloyd. What an incredible save from the keeper. Irvin Herrera cannot believe it. We'll do it one more time. This time it's whipped in, kept low again. Sent across, deflection, but Lloyd able to snatch it out of the air. Trying to spark the counterattack the other way. Faber Hill. Look at him race to get back to the ball after a good challenge from Amaya. Araldez gets it back for Hill. And it'll be a throw-in for Unido. Good defensive presence from FAS in transition, as Miguel Lloyd is down behind the play. Here's another look at that flick on. Oh, and what a save that is from Miguel Lloyd. There was traffic in front. You really didn't have a great view of what was going on, as Miguel Lloyd, when he was trying to distribute and throw the ball the other way, might have ended up actually hitting the head of an on-rushing FAS player, and you could see him tending to that thumb, favoring it. Miguel Lloyd from the Dominican Republic has been outstanding in goal. The last save that you just saw, his first real test, and probably one that he shouldn't have gotten to. And you can see there, hits the head of Stradea. Able to put the glove back on and at least try to continue, but we'll certainly keep an eye on Miguel Lloyd's shot-stopping capabilities moving forward. We'll resume action in the 49th minute. Sent forward, Herrera. Couldn't quite get a touch to it. Araldez trying to turn. Aymar comes away with it. Amaya. Correa. By Araldez. 25-year-old in his 7th season with Unido. Entry pass cut out by Roberto Chen. But quite couldn't be handled by Jose Gonzalez. Flores. Juan Aymar. Switching the point of attack, kept in play. It's going to be offside. Thwarts what looked like was going to be a menacing attack from FAS as they were extremely patient in the build-up. It's very close calls. You can see at the bottom of your screen, Catania was almost keeping FAS player onside as Pereira gets a touch to it. Dumped away by Renderos. A deep throw and coming up for Unido. Not a ton of work to be done for the FAS back line in the first half. Certainly have had to be sharp as the Unido substitutes staying warm, getting loose. There's a change. Could be sooner than we think. Araldez lets it fly from a different zip code and nowhere near the frame. Patient from FAS. Renderos. Quick throw in. Herrera just trying to squeeze his way through. Roberto Chen cutting it out. Now a big ball sent the other way. Faber Hill able to get there. So 1v2 at the moment. Pereira coming over in support and a good step from Garcia. The crowd again appreciating the defensive effort from FAS in transition. Virtually the only way that Unido is going to get up on the score sheet, with the exception of maybe a set piece, is on the counterattack because FAS have been in clear possession for the majority of the game. Possession statistic at the half was about 55 to 45%, but it did seem like it was a bit more than that, and Unido's possession when they had the ball was not menacing by any stretch of the imagination. Long-range effort again. And Coloca can see it out of play. Stradea bringing it down. Herrera letting it run through. That was a bit rushed from Juan Aymar. He had plenty of time and space to perhaps take a touch and put something on frame. Clever in the middle of the park. Stradea. Herrera asking for it. Amaya. Moran. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Free kick coming up for FAS in the 54th. And Kimball Ward just making sure that there's no extracurricular following the play. As you can see, there was a bit reckless coming in from Pereira. There wasn't a ton in it. You can see why Unido was making the argument that there shouldn't have been a whistle blown. Sometimes that's the risk you take when you have an attacker coming back for defensive responsibilities. Not exactly well learned in the art of defensive tackling. You just saw it there from Pereira, a little bit lazy and a little bit sloppy going in for the challenge. It's Amaya for the free kick. His first effort, nothing to sneeze at. Amaya, great ball in, the touch. It was actually won by Roberto Chen. And a corner kick coming up for FAS as Justin Correa was right there, but Roberto Chen, the veteran, knowing exactly where he needed to be and following his runner right to the very end. Good ball in, and the header. It was Blas Perez who saved the day, as that looked like it was going to be possibly over the line. Here's Moran around the first defender, around the second, towards the back post, and Hormachea gets a touch to it. Long range effort, Lloyd can see it out. More encouraging signs from FAS, but if they can't get a score in this first leg, it'll very much be Arabe Unido with the advantage heading back to Panama and the Estadio Ramel Fernandez next week. Masaya. Through the legs of Stradea. Won by Flores. Moran gives it away, really dangerous here. Gonzalez couldn't quite sneak it through. Shouts for a handball, probably should have been given. Now he's Faber Hill trying to get on the right side of Castro, who is sitting on a yellow card, needs to be careful. Faber Hill driving towards the byline. Excellent defending from Castro, who's able to come away with it. Still Castro, a lot of work to do. Trying to clear it away with a bit of skill. Hormachea. And it traveled over the line. FAS looking to get it in play. Aymar, a heavy touch. Masaya taken down. And it's Araldez. With the big step coming in from Renderos, the captain. Well, the pace has come to a bit of a crawl here. These middle moments of the second half. Challenge in the middle of the park. Gonzalez goes down. Lamar called for the foul. And now Kimball Ward getting an earful, and it's Flores who's given a yellow card in the 59th minute. So now two FAS players currently sitting on a yellow. Ibsen Castro, and now it's Edvan Flores, the 21-year-old. It wasn't even Flores who committed a foul, but Flores getting the card for dissent. Arabe Unido have to be very happy with the way that this is moving at the moment. FAS have not been able to play their way out of trouble. Stradea fouled. And Arabe Unido have really turned this into a dogfight. Breaking up any sort of rhythm that FAS was trying to muster up or had in the first half. Moran. Just lost it forward. Herrera bringing it down. A little bit too hot to handle for Stradea. Good pressure from Herrera. Amaya. Flores. Penetrating pass. It's Herrera picking it up. Touches it for Stradea. Back for Herrera, but Miguel Lloyd off of his line, and Herrera applauds the effort from Stradea. Moran. That's the hour mark here at Estadio Cuscatlán in San Salvador, El Salvador. A little less than 30 minutes remain. Trying to separate these two sides. One hailing from El Salvador, the other from Panama. But both vying for the same thing, and that's a spot in the semifinals. FAS, this is their first appearance in this competition. Only 2 years old for Arabe Unido. They've been here, they've done that in the quarterfinals. As Correa trying to make Ormachea pay for the mistake, but the big center back quick to the ball. Pereira. Blas Perez. Clever first touch. Unido on the move, long range effort, well over the bar. And we are going to have a substitution for Alvaro Gomez. The Colombian manager electing to go with Diego Chavarria, the 28-year-old from San Salvador. In his first season, he only got 2 minutes in the first leg against Perez Zeledon. He's going to get a whole lot more than that here in the first leg against Arabe Unido in the quarterfinals. And it'll come on for Ibsen Castro, who was sitting on a yellow card. So a savvy move from the Colombian manager. And Chavarria onto the scene here in the 63rd. Here's Aymar the other way. Fouled. And a set piece coming up for FAS. Take another look. And again, it is a bit overzealous from Mauricio Castaño. I've seen that a number of times where players' back is to the opposing defender, And it's the defender who comes bulldozing through. You're giving the referee no choice but to blow the whistle, even if there is minimal contact. It's the idea of coming in from behind that the referee is most looking for. And now it's Jorge Moran, the 28-year-old, standing over the free kick, a makeshift corner. Stradea. His ball in. Wasn't a great one. Flores. And they're forced to go all the way back to Coloca. Stradea fouled once more. He's asking how many more times until a yellow card is dished out. FAS continue to ask questions of the Arabe Unido defense. Chavarria getting his first real touch of the night. Here's Amaya on the move, gets it across. Herrera beat to the punch by Hormachea. Chavarria again. In for Herrera, deft first touch, but broken up once more. This time it's Garibaldi. Gonzalez bringing it down. Big switch over for Faber Hill. Counter-attack play from Arabe Unido. Hill around Garcia, bending it in. Free header in front. And Coloca with strong fists. Stradea. Now things are starting to open up again. Herrera. Over for Correa. Correa sends it across. What a play from Roberto Chen. Staying with the strikers step for step, stride for stride. That's about the third or fourth goal-saving play that Roberto Chen has made, and no wonder he's got over 20 caps for the Panamanian national team. Look at this teasing ball in from Correa. Completely catches Miguel Lloyd, and Chen right where he needs to be. Robbie on the spot. Here's Pereira. In a wrestling match with Amaya in the corner. It's going to end up being a foul against Amaya. And again, it is players being over-aggressive with the attacking player with their back to the ball. And we're going to have another substitution. This one for FAS. And it's going to be Melvin Alfaro coming on and replacing Dustin Correa. And on the other side for Arabe Unido, it's going to be Cañate coming on. And Lizzie Araldez coming off. It's a slow, painful walk from Araldez, who's certainly catching some flack from the fans here at Estadio Cuscatlán. Cañate, the 21-year-old, rather I should say 22-year-old, who celebrated his 22nd birthday a couple weeks ago from Panama City in his 5th season. Onto the scene, and the header out of play. FAS restart from the throw in 69th minute. Ball sent ahead. Stradea does just enough to challenge it. And it'll be FAS's throw-in. I'll wait for more numbers to arrive. Herrera has been excellent tonight. Here's Perez. He's yet to put his stamp on this game, the 37-year-old. Gonzalez sidestepping a couple defenders. Now lost it forward, but can't quite get the curve on to keep it in play. Chavarria. Given away by FAS, who were in clear possession. Cañate over for Faber Hill. His first touch lets him down, still retrieves it. 1v1 with Amaya. Faber Hill towards the byline. It's electric play, sends it across. And it's knotted away just in time for FAS. Masaya. Roberto Chen striding forward from the center back position. And Arabe Unido 20 minutes away from getting a draw and heading back to Panama at 0-0. Cañate, Luis Cañate, excellent run. But a last-second touch. And Matias Coloca telling everybody to slow down for a moment. Pressure from Stradea. Ormachea. The Almacea broken up by Irvin Herrera. FAS on the move. Flores into the hands of Miguel Lloyd, who spilled it for a moment but ends up coming away with it. Arabe Unido need to be extremely careful about giving the ball away in those types of areas. Flores hit it cleanly. You can see there's virtually no rotation on the ball whatsoever. Here's Gonzalez. Cañate. Over everybody and everything. But he has been active since coming on. Arabe Unido off the turnover. Gonzalez over for Perez. Blas Perez, it's wide of the near post. Their most recent signing could not quite connect. It would have been a devastating away goal for Unido. Excellent ball through from Gonzalez. And they did have an option on the back post in the form of Faber Hill, who had his palms up in the air as if to say to Blas Perez, the captain, why, oh why did you not pass it my way? But not many people on the side of Arabe Unido are going to blame Perez for taking that chance when it was given to him. Scoring over 40 goals for the Panama national team. Chavarria staying on his feet somehow. Stradea nipped at from behind by Cañate. Castaño. Knotted down, Catania. Perez, long for Gonzalez. Good turn in the middle of the park from Melvin Alfaro. Amaya couldn't keep it in play, and the crowd here at Estadio Cuscatlán growing more and more anxious as every second ticks on. Amaya obviously very frustrated. And now it's going to be William Maldonado, 28-year-old from Santa Ana and local boy for FAS, coming onto the scene here in the 74th minute. Making way for the third-year man is Flores, who certainly did his job in the middle of the park and pulling the strings and setting the tempo for Alvaro Gomez. Quickly restarted by FAS, so we're 15 minutes away from going to Panama empty-handed. When we play the second leg at Estadio Ramel Fernandez in Panama in a week's time. Aymar, Chavaria. A little bit of a hospital ball, broken up, but still with the substitute. Lobbing it forward. First time delivery, straight into the feet of Hormachea. Garibaldi forced to go back for Miguel Lloyd. Gonzalez. Arabe Unido looking to exploit the space given to them on the counterattack. Cañate. Met by a big challenge from Maldonado. Maldonado again. Stradea in support. Here is Stradea. Through for Herrera. Back for Stradea on the first time. Oh, it would have been sensational. The Stradea-Herrera connection. Just moments away from combining for what would have been at least a nomination for goal of the tournament. Stradea certainly had his opportunities tonight, striking the post and having a great look on frame there. Estadio Cuscatlán sees some excellent build-up play tonight, but what they have not seen is something that found the back of the net. Garibaldi. Long ball sent ahead, Cañate. More pressure from Arabe Unido, more open play here in San Salvador. Castaño. And we're going to have another substitution from Arabe Unido. Emmanuel Mena is going to come on, and it's going to be Luis Pereira coming off. Pereira, who we've seen have much better showings than he has tonight, will come off the field probably rather disappointed with himself, but in a night where FAS were dominant in possession and chances were few and far in between. Well, sometimes that's the way it goes, and Pereira, as you can see, frustrated. But at the moment, Arabe Unido have done their job, and Emmanuel Mena maybe looking to provide a late spark and a late goal for Unido to take back to Panama. One more substitute remains for Carlos Ruiz. as these two Colombian managers continue to go back and forth with the personnel chess match that they're playing between each other. Herrera, even in the 79th minute, with a great motor and a great work ethic. And Deros with a strong header. Up the other way by Hormachea. You just see the difference in sense of urgency from both sides. Arabe Unido are happy to take this result back to Panama. FAS feel that they cannot rely on a 0-0 scoreline. Stradea striding forward. How about that challenge from Roberto Chen to the rescue once again. It came at a price. He's holding on to his head. Kimmel Ward says play on. Kenyatte. Chen back on his feet, but a little woozy. Gonzalez. Perez runs into two FAS defenders. They've bottled up the 37-year-old veteran tonight. Coloca. Chan up for the header. How good has he been tonight? Aymar. Herrera. How clever is that? Back for Herrera. Plenty of contact, no call from Kimmel Ward. Now Garibaldi sending Faber Hill on his way. Hill around Garcia. It's a nasty challenge. Hill making the most of it. What color is the car going to be? Oh, it's favorable for Garcia. It's only yellow. They could have been much, much worse. It was not a goal-scoring opportunity. Garcia was not the last man back, but you could have bet that Faber Hill would have at least had a chance to put something on frame had he not been fouled. Unido will feel that they were hard done. FAS maybe feel that they were hard done on the other end, that there was no foul called. The dust will settle, and in the end, it's only a yellow card for Garcia, but a dangerous set piece coming up for Unido here in the 81st minute. How quick was that little hesitation from Faber Hill? We've seen him a number of times tonight try to get out in transition and beat these FAS defenders for pace, which he certainly has the capability of doing. Faber Hill is still down. He's milking this for what it's worth. The stretcher has come out onto the field. Faber Hill, I would have to imagine, is going to be able to continue. As Arabe Unido just making sure that this free kick takes as long as humanly possible so they can gather their composure, get numbers forward, and take some time off the clock. Hill being helped off, and we'll see whether or not how serious the apparent injury is. It looks like there's a thumbs up being held up from the athletic trainer. Has not held up that universal symbol for substitution just yet, as he continues to be checked on. Faber Hill, one of the more important strikers on this Arabe Unido side. Remember, FAS are without the services of Victor Montaño. They're electric Colombian. Had a goal in the first leg against Perez Zeledon back on July 31st. Kenyatte on the free kick, over the bar. And Faber Hill helped to his feet, apparently okay. The gamesmanship continues from Arabe Unido. Herrera tried to help it along. Kenyatte wins it back. So Perez is making a darting run. Renderos goes to retrieve it. Dangerous ball. Roberto Chen has to deal with it. He's claiming that Miguel Lloyd should have come off of his line and helped him out. A look of disgust from Chen. Quick restart. Lobbed in. Maldonado's ball cut out by Garibaldi. Here's Faber Hill. Back out onto the scene and fouled again. Good sportsmanship there from Juan Aymar. Just trying to help up the speedy 23-year-old from Colombia, like his manager, Carlos Ruiz. In his first season, coming over from Envigado in Colombia. Strong header from Garcia. Garibaldi. Great little 1-2. Faber Hill latching onto it. Hill towards the byline. And a good challenge out wide, but a corner kick coming up for Unido, who have grown into this match. And it now seems like Unido, of either of the two sides, looks to be the one that's going to score here later on. Lofted forward, Hormachea looking for the header. Another one by Castaño. 5 minutes remain in this first leg. Moran. Chavarria. Alfaro, fouled by Faber Hill. And it is a yellow card. Or rather, it's going to be on Jose Gonzalez. It's the first yellow card issued to Arabe Unido tonight. Maldonado. FAS switching the point of attack. Moran lofting it forward. Good ball across. Miguel Lloyd off of his line. Stradea. And Garibaldi gets a clearance to it. Cañate. Perez. Intended for Faber Hill. Look at the pace from the 23-year-old. And fouled again by Amaya. And another set piece for Unido. Faber Hill is causing all sorts of problems for this FAS back line. They simply cannot keep up with him for pace. And Amaya has been forced into a number of situations where the only choice that he has is to foul. How good of a spot is this for Unido to perhaps get their goal by a set piece? Hormachea has been one of the main targets all night and throughout the first two legs of the round of 16. Scoring a brace in the first leg against Arnett Gardens, number 40. You can see Xavier Garcia trying to deal with him. Roberto Chen, Perez, also some larger targets physically. Kimball Ward waving on play. Gonzalez. Won by Amaya. Perez on the first time. The bicycle kick. It's in. Faber Hill with an acrobatic finish. And the celebration, more of the same. It's an away goal of epic proportions. Arabe Unido have their lead. What a finish from the 23-year-old. If anybody deserves it for the Panamanian side, it is Faber Hill. It's 1-0 to Arabe Unido. Well, he was on the floor initially, and then look at the effort, the elevation, the concentration, and the finish. It's electric from Faber Hill, who's been nothing short of a lightning bolt for the Panamanian side. The efforts of clearance for FAS, subpar to say the least, and they pay the price, and they pay it dearly, and it's in the form of an away goal. Arabe Unido stunning the crowd here at Estadio Cuscatlán, and that will scramble to try to find an equalizer. And in doing so, they could expose some space as Jose Gonzalez was trying to chip Matias Coloca. And we're going to have another substitution from Arabe Unido. It's going to be Jonathan Mosquera from Medellin, Colombia, the 30-year-old, coming in for defensive support. Blas Perez may not have gotten his goal, but the captain leading his team from the front hands over the armband to Abdiel Matsea. And Perez will take a slow trot off in the 90th minute. Well, FAS have certainly had a flair of the dramatics in this tournament so far, with their stunning prevail over Perez Zeledon in the final moments of the second leg. Do they have any more of that magic left up their sleeve? Still waiting the official word for stoppage time for the fourth official. Cañate can't keep it in play. Moran to restart quickly. Here is Moran. And he is clobbered from behind by Emmanuel Mena, the substitute. And he's shown a yellow card for what was a nasty challenge. Set piece coming up for FAS. 92nd minute. Moran. The header won by FAS, but in a negative direction. And look at the Panamanian side run the other way. And a foul against FAS, and that just might do it. See the look of exhaustion from Matsea. Jose Gonzalez keeps it short. Cañate. One back by FAS. Moran looking for an outlet. Trying to get out of their own defensive third and put pressure on Unido in the final moments. We've certainly seen this before from FAS. Alfaro. Referee says play on. Aymar. Stood up by Faber Hill. Herrera trying to get there. And it's going to be a free kick brought back. It's going to be the last chance of the game for FAS to equalize. As the ball finally making its way back to the set-piece spot. Roberto Chen, Garibaldi organizing. They elect to go short. Ball sent in, out of play, and a chance wasted for FAS. Now the only question remains is when will the final whistle come from Kimball Ward? Checking the watch from Kimball Ward. Cañate. Muscled off the ball by Moran. Final moments here. That's gonna do it. Arabe Unido of Panama quite literally steal a result in Estadio Cuscatlán in El Salvador. And the main culprit, the thief of the highest order, Faber Hill in the 88th minute with a sensational bicycle kick goal. He is most certainly our man of the match. And Arabe Unido and Carlos Ruiz will head back to Panama and Estadio Romeo Fernandez with a 1-0 lead and a massive away goal to their name. FAS will feel hard done. They most certainly deserved the goal, but the soccer gods were not smiling down on them on this occasion. They used up a little bit too much of their magic against Perez Zeledon and now have a tall task heading to Panama in the second leg. Final score, Arabe Unido 1, FAS 0. We'll see you at Estadio Romeo Fernandez next week.
Go.